Alrighty, hello internet, and if you're watching this video, then you obviously give enough of a crap about me to find out more about who I am and how I came into Forex, and more than happy to walk you through it. I'll try to be as succinct as possible, but it's kind of a long story, and this is why I decided to keep this outside of my updates with IML, but here goes. So I first came into Forex in the summer of 2015. I had just got injured prior to departing for military training, and I basically had to stay off my knee for about a week, and I was pretty depressed. I was actually getting ready to go to OCS, and it looked like I was actually going to miss my opportunity to go to this training and continue in the course. I'm not going to dive into that rabbit hole, but I was feeling pretty down, and I decided that I was going to take this opportunity, this like timeout, if you will, to make the best of it, and use the 2 weeks that I would have had, building myself up to be an officer, and instead make it so that when I look back at that moment, I'll say you turned a negative into a positive. And so on a whim/hunch, I decided to look into how to make money on the internet, because isn't that what we all want to do? And I came across this site called udemy.com, and that's I'll leave a link in the description in case you haven't heard of it. It's an amazing resource where you can purchase courses from all kinds of subject matter experts, and they have these amazing deals. And basically I came across that, and oddly enough, they had this like $10 per course deal. So I just like got into all kinds of stuff, from like philosophy to meditation to all kinds of fun good stuff. But then as I started typing in how to make money online, I looked into day trading, and day trading was something I've been wanting to get involved with years past. There's always one of those things in the back of my mind, so I decided to pursue that a little bit further. And then all of a sudden I just saw like Forex this, Forex that, and I was like, what is Forex? And obviously I found out that was a foreign exchange, and I came across this course by Kirill Eremenko, and I'm trying to remember if I found any like crappier courses, but I think this one was like my first course, and it was probably the best. It was called the Forex Boat, and he had several courses, from introducing an introduction to Forex to how to trade with robots, and I just dove right in. So I took the introductory course, really liked Kirill. I really appreciated his enthusiasm, and I really felt like this guy wasn't trying to pull the world over my eyes. He seemed to have really honest disclaimers, like, hey, this, make sure that you're trading with money that you can afford to lose. He wasn't promising millions of dollars by next weekend or whatever. And overall, his tone and his subject knowledge was something that I found to be incredibly trustworthy. So I was sold. I was really starting to get into foreign exchange and YouTubing all the videos that I could, and that's when I started to realize that there's a lot of crap out there. So I kind of stuck close to the modules and the lessons through the Forex Boat, and set up a dummy account, or a demo account I should say, and try to find a broker, because as a U.S. resident, we're very limited to what we can do in terms of what's available. And after searching, sifting through the crap, I should say, I found FXChoice. I'll leave a link in the description again for them, mostly because they have been the best broker that I've worked with so far. I've been able to, as I've said in other videos, make withdrawals from them without any issues, and the customer support has been very timely and very good at getting back to me on certain affairs. So I've got nothing but good things to say about them. I will have a referral link, so if you do fund an account, I'll get something, I think like $25 or whatever. So I just want to kind of be forthcoming with that. But mostly I'm offering it because it's one of the platforms that I still trust. I've been trading with them for about 3 years now. And 3 years. And again, nothing but good things to say, unless that changes. Because again, like if you're new to Forex, my God, you got to be careful. There's a lot of people that are scam artists out there, but I'll get into that later. Opened up a demo account. Was absolutely thrilled that you can download MetaTrader 4 on your phone. And when I realized that I could do that, I could be making money on my phone, like I want to say 24/7, but where I go, like it's with me. I was so excited. I just could not get enough of understanding Forex and following currency pairs, and I just really bought in. Um, After demoing, 1.0 lots, with unrealistic money, like I funded my account with $5,000, and I would see that trades would give me $250, $300 a trade. I was like, I'm 100% getting in on this. So I funded my account with a live account. I think it was like $250 to start. So I definitely felt the pain of that one, but I did it, and first trade right away went negative, and that's when I realized I should probably adjust the lot sizes to something significantly smaller. Especially, I mean, there's ratios out there. People say for every 1,000 you should only risk, I think, like 3% of your account. By no means don't take my advice on this, but there's good guidance out there. And so I started to apply some of the smarter things instead of being super excited, especially after you lose $50 like that. It's kind of scary. And over the course of time, I started to get involved with certain Facebook groups. There are a dime a dozen, and everybody's a guru, and everybody's calling signals, and everybody's saying, I have the latest system or the latest way to trade. But it's good to be involved so you can kind of get an idea of what's working for people and what's not. But you can also kind of feed off of the energy of people and the information. People can warn you about crappy scam artists out there or bad platforms. And I'm going to say this a lot, but in 2013, I was going through a really hard time, and I was trying to talk to one of my uncles who worked for the DEA, and I asked him, how are you so successful? Like, how do you become a DEA agent, and how do you have like the guidance and the know-how to get what you want in life? Some along those lines. And his answer was, doctors hang out with doctors, and janitors hang out with janitors, and that really resonated within me, and it really made me think about the kind of people that I want to be around. Everybody that's a motivational speaker will say, surround yourself with successful people, and they'll elevate you. And I truly believe that. And so that was kind of my mentality into joining these Facebook groups. Not that I was surrounding myself with greatness, but I was just involved in it. So it kind of like, maybe osmosis is the word, but I was able to kind of just understand a little bit more of what was going on in the Forex industry and with retail trading and whatnot. And so because of that, I discovered this one individual who I won't name him for the sake of this video. My intent really isn't to slander or libel anybody or badmouth anyone, but just share my experience. But this guy was very hard charging, and he was really good at gathering people and creating Facebook groups and Facebook chats. And I think he was well intentioned, but I have yet to actually see if he was a legit trader. I've talked to him on a few times on a few bases, and I've got nothing but, I don't have anything bad to say about him. He's definitely a rough individual, but he helped elevate my knowledge of trading, and he produced this one style that I still use to this day that I felt was actually a pretty good strategy. And so I started following that, and where I started to understand, though, about the shadier aspects of the Forex world was talks and hints and promises of an auto trader, which never came through. And I started to realize a lot of people will forge their accounts, or they'll trade with demo accounts, and they'll flaunt it as if it's real, and they'll make these absurd promises where you're going to make millions overnight, you're going to make thousands overnight. And by doing that, I started to understand you can't just trust everybody out there. There's certain things, checks and balances, that you gotta look for. So I kind of like tapered off of following this guy for so long, and started to kind of just, I won't say do my own thing, but I started to realize that the auto trader isn't really a thing. I've heard horror stories of people with their PAM accounts just getting blown because whoever's on the auto trader for some reason just messed up. And so I kind of, again, as I was saying, kind of got into my own thing, started looking to other Facebook groups, other companies and whatnot. And I discovered binary options, and that's where I really kind of messed up. I learned the hard way. You got to be really careful. So binary for me was a foreign concept. I still am not 100% sure how it works. I just know that the odds are very, very against you. But if you have an idea of what you're doing and you have a strategy and you know when to stop, you can be profitable. And so I was able to trade somewhat successfully until I would just lose all sense of where I was at. I would just lose common sense and I would just burn through accounts. So I basically pissed away $250 one time trading binary. So I was like, okay, I need to stay away from this because this is going to be bad. But similar to what I did with Forex, I started looking at binary options groups, and I came across this one group called Bull and BeartIT Traders, and I really liked what they were about. They just had a really well put together product, and you can sense that it was an actual community of people, of genuine, honest people that were trying to help other people like me learn how to trade and be profitable. And so it was a pretty good setup. As I said, it makes all the difference in the world if people are transparent. And so there was EOD signals, end of day trades that were called out by this one individual named Sam, who was really hot. Like this guy was, his win rate was ridiculous. I think it was like in the upper 80 percentages of his calls. So I saw a lot of promise in that. And the only issue was a lot of these sessions were, done 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And since I had a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, it was kind of hard to work around that. So I'm trying to remember if I actually ever seriously made money off of that. And I don't think I did, but I also don't think I ever really lost. Like I definitely didn't lose 250 like I did that one time. But I kind of fell out of that because of life and just, not having the income to make a win profitable. Like the idea would be to win, 1 or 2 trades per night and turn my account from $500 to $550 or $6, and that just wasn't really happening, mostly on my end. But ultimately what ended up happening was that whole group, I guess, fell apart. As I understand, there was some drama involved and some bad choices that were made, and people decided to split ways, which seems to be a very common thing with these companies and these groups. People will have a hot streak for a little bit, and then they'll promise the world. And I guess when they don't deliver, people leave. And it's sad because you can definitely tell a lot of people are coming at Forex with a sense of desperation, and they've lost their job, or they want to quit tomorrow, or they do something stupid and quit tomorrow and start trading because they buy into this BS that Forex is going to turn them rich overnight. And that's not the case. Like I've yet to run into anybody that's been successfully making money off of Forex alone. And so during this time, I was going back and forth between the individual that I mentioned previously and BeartIT, and I realized, or I started to hear about iMarkets Live, and all I heard was just bad, negative things about them. Because people were getting their accounts blown, or because people were being very fraudulent, very shady, and because it's a multi-level marketing company. So by nature, they're trying to get you to recruit and worry about your upline or your downline or whatever, and not actually trade. And so that immediately just put a blocker in my field of view when it came to checking out iMarkets Live. So I kind of just decided to do my own thing. And now we're getting into I think that was like 2015, 2016 in a nutshell. In 2017, I met up with, or connected with Sam, the guy from BeartIT, and he was doing his own thing, but he was also one of the more profitable, honest traders from that group. So I was really happy to latch on to his program, or his company, which was called, I can't think of it for a second. It's called it's CP Traders. Jeez. CP Traders, which is basically an approach of trading with patience and understanding, and not promising the world to anybody. Just saying, do your due diligence, utilize proper money management, have a great mindset. I know people talk about all the time to tears, but it's so true. So I really liked his approach. And that's when I started to actually see some profit with Forex. So I would be trading, 0.01 lots per trade, and I would be excited that I would be winning $2-3 here or there per trade, because I knew that if I continue with these quick trades, eventually the lot size is going to increase, and so that $1.50 that I'm excited about is going to turn into $10.50, and then $150, and then ultimately $1,000 one day. And so just learning how to scale and be patient has paid off dividends. So definitely had to learn the hard way a few times. But throughout that whole time with Sam and just kind of trading on my own based on, I don't want to say hunches, but just patterns that I'm recognizing just from following one currency pair for so long, I was able to build my account from $25 to about $800 now. And throughout that time, withdraw, I want to say up to about $600 total. Might be more, and I'm more than happy to actually like go back in my records and find out. The goal was to basically make Forex a supplemental income, like $100 a month. If I can start there, then that'd be fantastic. And there was a track where I was actually doing that. But right now I'm kind of just looking at, $250 per month of withdrawals, because I need to figure out like how capital gains taxes work and had to figure out how that's going to play in. But in the meantime, the growth that I've seen in my account lately has been awesome. But a lot of it's just been trading on my own, doing my own thing, with the occasional signals provided from Sam. But yeah, I mean, it's incredible what you can do when you just watch a currency pair for so long and understand some of the main things, like don't trade on Friday or Monday and whatnot. But again, I'm not trying to get into the strategies too much. Still definitely a newbie at this. But yeah, anyway, so 2017, I also met this one individual who started this company called Trinity Forex, and he had started that with another guy from the trading community who was really good at trading. Like, this guy knew his stuff, and he had connected his account to the auto trader. And so for like 2 weeks, I actually saw for the first time somebody deliver on an auto trader that was profitable, and I was so excited for that because I was like, let's turn up the money right now and come out of this thing with several $100s overnight, because this guy was pretty solid and thorough. And for some reason, I guess it was a falling out or a decision to remove that guy from the platform, which is a huge mistake. And the individual behind Trinity Forex put on somebody else to take up the auto trader. And thankfully, I had the freaking common sense to lower my lot size, because I didn't know about this guy. I didn't know how he was going to handle the accounts, and he ended up blowing a lot of people's accounts. He was terrible. Trades were sporadic. Trades made no sense. There was no identifiable pattern or reason for why this was happening. So kind of like I was saying earlier, like, groups will come together and they'll fall apart, and that's essentially what happened with this other group. However, the guy that was in charge of Trinity made a lot of promises to bring back the auto trader, to bring back lessons, to all this other stuff. And at that point, again, no offense to this guy, but like, I've heard it all. I've seen it a million times already, and I just understand you're just keeping people strung along with the belief or the hope that they're going to be connected to an auto trader and not have to do the work. And this individual has come out with a book on trading, which I'm very skeptical about purchasing, because I'm pretty sure, as I've been told, all the information you need is already out there for your own consumption. You just need to know where to look and have the patience to do so. So I kind of just did my own thing again for, I want to say, the rest of 2017, and here we are in 2018, where I finally decided to step up my trading game significantly, because as I've said, I've been able to successfully withdraw money from the account, and it's really cool having the ability to basically summon money out of nothing, obviously if the trades go in your favor. So I decided to look at IML again, this time through a different lens. And that lens is, let's see what can happen, and let's try it out for a couple months. Let's talk about it. Let's give people an honest to goodness review on my progress with them, in hopes that people can make the decision on their own, but they can make a more educated decision. Because I'm not going to try to recruit people. I really am turned off by the whole multi-level marketing anything. If a buddy of mine or a friend or contact reaches out to me that I haven't talked to in months, I can smell, okay, here comes an MLM pitch, and I usually just politely decline and say F no, because it's so irritating. So one of the first things I did was I reached out to another YouTuber who seemed active as of within like the last couple of weeks, and decided to watch him and approach him like, hey, I've been thinking about joining IML. I've been successful in my trading so far, so I'm not thinking I'm going to make $1,000 tomorrow, but I'm also wanting to expand my horizons. And like I said earlier, with that whole hanging out with janitors comment, I want to be around people that are successful and this guy seemed like he was pretty reasonable, and I talked to him on Facebook, and he was really cool. And again, I'm looking for that sense of being genuine when I approach these individuals. And yeah, I told him, like, I'm here to trade. I'm not here to recruit. Couldn't care less about an upline or a downline, and don't even come at me with that crap, because I'm not gonna play. I'm just gonna trade, and that'll be it. And he was very understanding. He's like, yeah, some people in my group, they recruit, and some people just train, and you're free to do whatever. And I was like, cool, that's awesome. You're not already pressuring me to sign people up. And I also asked, like, hey man, would it be cool if I documented my stuff on YouTube so people can have an honest to goodness representation, at least from my perspective, of what's going on? And he was cool with that as well. So, I mean, so far, good vibes. So I ended up buying in, and I'm going on week 3 now, and pretty much that's where I'm at. So I gave a review previously already in another video in a different setup, because I want to talk to people as honestly as possible. Like, future videos, I'll be a little more polished. I'll probably have like an intro, and you'll probably be seeing my screen a lot, but I wanted to make eye contact with you if possible, and show you that I'm not, I don't have like a Lamborghini behind me, and I'm not going to try to like act like I'm wealthier than I am. I'm not wealthy at all. I'm doing well, but I'm not making thousands of dollars on Forex, and I'm definitely not trying to paint myself as a guru, as most people are. And that's the thing that really kind of frustrated me the most, was when I was looking for IML reviews, everyone's talking about how successful they are and how much money that they made, or how much money that they're making, and no one's talking about the bad stuff. Like, so far, as of today, the 21st, I'm looking at a trade that I took using the harmonic scanner, and I'm in the red. It looks like it's going to go positive, and I'll come out with like $7 or $8, but there's definitely a lot of red going on my account, and I'm not ashamed or embarrassed to admit that. I want people to be successful with Forex. I would like to think that people like Kirill and some of the guys from BeartIT and Sam are well-intentioned, and you just have to sift through the BS to find people like that. And if I can help you in any way navigate the rough waters of Forex, then I'm more than happy to do so, just as a kind of pay it forward thing. So what I would like to see happen is, a year from now, whenever you come across this channel, whenever you watch this, you can see where I'm at then and look at where I'm at now and see the difference, because there will be one day when I've got a fancy setup, and there will be one day where I'm actually trading for, I don't want to say for full time, because I've got my hands in other things as well. But I want to document my success, so that way people can see that it's very easy to replicate. One of the things that drives me, I don't want to say it drives me nuts, but one of the things that I really enjoy is watching somebody develop over the course of time. So like, one of the guys I really like is Alex Becker. That guy is hilarious. But when you look at him, you look at one of his videos, you see, I don't want to say the end result, because this guy is constantly building stuff and working on things, but you see what you would consider the end result, and that's him in front of a desk with a really nice mic set up, and he's got a Ferrari in the background, and he's sitting on a pile of money. Well, he's not literally doing that, but you can tell this guy's well off. What I like is going back to his earlier videos of 4 or 5 years ago, and he's in his room, he's in his apartment room, making videos, and you see, and you can kind of watch the steps and watch the progression of, I don't want to say rags to riches, because that sounds cheesy, but that's essentially it. So I would like for this journey to help people see that, like, when they watch my videos again in the future, like, oh wow, this guy is actually documenting success and failures. And you can tell because his first video was in his freaking apartment room. Now his videos wherever I'll be at that point. So it'll be a fun ride. It's been fun so far. None of the money that I lost in Forex was money that I absolutely needed. So yeah, it's a hobby, but I'm trying to make it a real thing. And again, just hope I can help steer you away from any of the BS that's out there, because there's a lot. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you sat through this whole video this whole time, thank you. I really hope that, again, I can provide some value. Aside from the referral link for the broker, if you have any suggestions on better brokers out there, please feel free to let me know. And hopefully list it in the comments so people that do come across this video can find the resources that they need without getting scammed, because my God, it's bad out there. But yeah, any questions or suggestions, message me, comments. I'll do my best to help document this journey of mine. So happy trading.